47 degrees right now, and it's always the perfect temperature to take that expedition into the center of the mind of Matt Archbold, the creator of Creative Minority Report. It's always good to have you along, Matt. How are you?
I am doing great. In fact, right now I'm looking at a fundraiser letter I received from Annunciation Radio, and I was surprised at one part of it, if you don't mind me airing this out in public.
Yeah, as long as there's no lawsuit attached to it.
Well, we'll have to see, but I'm pretty brave. I noticed that in the literature you guys handed out, there was one of the pictures included a picture of Dave, and I was wondering, well, one, is that smart marketing to put that there?
No.
Or then I was thinking maybe this is like a threat. We will continue sending you pictures of Dave unless you donate.
That's the understanding. And actually it's bigger than that. I'll come to your house and I'll stand in your front yard and I will say, I know Mr. and Mrs. Smith who live here. And all your neighbors will see it unless you give money. That's the way we do it here. That's the way we roll. I have a big question for you, Matthew, because you're such a bubbly guy and always positive. How in the world do you maintain that through what appears to be really some difficult times?
It's pretty crazy. I was heartbroken over the Ohio thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then, I'm reading all these different things right now, and, Trump and J.D. Vance had a statement. Did you read his at all?
No, but I see that you've got his story on your website.
And he essentially said, we have to do a better job of telling our story. We have to donate more money, which is all 100% true.
Right.
But one of the things he says is that we're going to have to allow for exceptions.
Yeah.
For that. And I just think to myself, in the short term, I think that would probably be the smartest political move.
Mm-hmm.
But in the long term, if you're arguing against what the Germans did to the Jews, you don't allow for exceptions,
mm-hmm.
And when you're arguing against slavery, there's no exception if you really, really economically need it. You know what I mean? That I don't see exceptions as a long-term track. And to be honest, and this is why I always come back to, when I pass away and I meet Jesus, I don't want to have to explain my brilliant political machinations about how I so cleverly navigated the political pitfalls of my day. No, I want to be able to say I stood for life. And I'm not responsible for the world. I'm not responsible for the country. I'm responsible for what I say and what I support. And I get it. There are a lot of smart reasons for, to advocate for exceptions and all that. But I have the benefit of not being very smart. So I get it why many people would want to do it. I said on my site, a lot of people aren't going to like that, but I see their point. I really, really do. But it's just not for me. And I think you ask how do you stay pretty lighthearted? It's because it all is very simple in the end. You have to think to yourself, in the end, I'm going to face Jesus. So whatever I'm going to do, I want it to be very, very defensible. Since I can't even win an argument with my wife, never mind winning an argument with God, right?
Yeah.
So I know I can't depend on that. I'm not going to argue my way into heaven.
Such a good point.
I better try to have a good life.
Absolutely. Your book, Faith Under Fire, that came out quite a while ago now, one of the figures that you detail in there is Mark Houck. And I can't believe after all that time, finally being exonerated, acquitted of all the charges against him, I think he's doing a smart thing. He and his wife are suing the FBI and the Department of Justice for malicious and retaliatory prosecution, abuse of process, fake arrest, and assault. Do you have any idea this would be this long coming?
I love that he is doing. I absolutely love, because one of the main things that has to happen anytime a lawsuit is filed is that you get to freeze their emails and all the communication they had about this case. And all of that is going to come to light. And that is the treasure trove, because there were decisions made and there were conversations had about why we're going after this guy. And that's what we're going to find out. And we already know why they're going after this guy, but having the proof of it is, and I guarantee you, for Mark Houck, this is not about the money. I guarantee that this is about exposing anti-Catholicism, that and all the nasty, anti-pro-life views there are in our government right now. And I mean, this man has done so much to expose this. I mean, how many of us truly, when we saw this, it woke a lot of people up as to what we're truly facing in this country, and how this is not the country it was even 20 years ago. And it's making it increasingly difficult to be a faithful Catholic and an American, which is very, very scary.
Yeah.
God bless the courage of him.
Yeah. Amen to that. And the point on the political scene, Catholic first. We're not here to promote a political party. We are if they agree with everything we say, but we've got to stick to our guns, as it were. Thank you.
CreativeMinorityReport.com. Matt Archbold, thanks. Have a great day.